Hey, scrappy people, Tracy Reed here today, coming at you with a fun and easy layout using the new Cocoa Daisy Lillian's Garden collection. And today I'm going to be scrapbooking a sweet story about my husband helping to ease my anxiety the last few weeks by doing what he knows I love most and taking me to the nursery. So I have these photos. I have two photos, one of me and my husband and one of some of the plants that we bought, and I don't really want my journaling to be showing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put my photo of my husband and I on this side, but then I'm going to take the photo of the plants and also that journaling card that I pulled out of the collection, and I'm going to create two cardstock hinges flaps to cover my journaling on the left hand side. So I've broken up my journaling into two different 3x3 journal spots. They'll just continue along. When I journal on there, I'll just start on the top and then continue my journaling on the bottom one. I don't care really that they're divided up. I might engineer my journaling in such a way that like they don't stop mid-sentence, but I just liked the idea of having two different flaps here. So I'm going to create two cardstock hinges just by cutting a 3x2 or 3x1 piece of cardstock, folding it in half, adhering my photo to the top and my journaling card to the bottom. And what that does is that leaves, you can see right there, that weird blank card space on the inside of the flap. So I'm going to have to create some little clusters there as well. Luckily, there's a lot of sassy sentiments in the Cocoa Daisy Lillian's Garden collection. So I have this one that says everything happens for a reason, but seriously, what the ... And then my other one says I need a hobby that doesn't include eating and buying things, which is facts on facts. I shared that photo of that sentiment on my Instagram, and it went crazy because I think we all need a hobby that doesn't include eating or buying things. So I'm just going to take another card that has this kind of wood grain brick. It's a brick. I think it's brick. Might be wood grain, but I'm pretty sure it's brick. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm not sure anymore. But I'm just backing the flaps with some consistent pattern on the back, and then I'm going to create two clusters with those sentiments and a flower, just something really quick and easy and simple. There's a lot going on this page because of the background that I chose, and I chose that background specifically for that reason, so that the rest of the page, no matter how simple I kept it, would look finished, because I knew that I wanted this page, or at least what I did on this page, to be fairly simple. So I didn't, because if I use like a solid cardstock or a really subtle pattern, it would look kind of unfinished and blank. So I instead went with these beautiful flowers because I knew that that would create a whole design element all by itself without me having to do anything, that I could just build on top of. So I'm going to use these die cuts. That was the word I was looking for. These adhesive die cuts on the inside flaps with the florals and the sentiments, just to create, just a little easy cluster that will give me something to look at, or give the viewer something to look at when they open the flap. And I'm just trying to make sure that I get a cluster here that like is nice and wide instead of tall, since I kind of just need to fill up horizontal space. And I'm meshing them together so that they look nice and wrapped around each other. All right, now I'm going to put them down as one whole piece. Perfect. Okay, so now I have to start sticking my layout down because I have everything done. So I'm going to, I thought maybe I would put a tag behind here, but they were like exact same width as the tag, so the tag would just basically be hidden. So I'm just going to go straight down onto the background paper, and I'm going to create almost a grid design with this layout. But on the left-hand side, underneath the photo of us, I'm going to use a lot of alphabets from the collection, and I am going to create a very large title because my husband said something to me when we went to the nursery, and that's going to be the whole basis of this layout, or it was the whole basis of this layout. And it was, I said, oh, I don't need any more houseplants. And he goes, are we here because you need more houseplants or because shopping for them, it makes you feel better? And I just thought it was so cute because he just was trying to get me out of my head and took me to my happy place. And I just thought it was super sweet. So that's going to be like the title for this page. So I'm leaving all that extra room on the left-hand side for a title, but it's still going to follow the consistency of the right-hand side with a very strong vertical design. I liked these stitched sort of doodle stitches on the rub-on, so I'm going to use a few of them. This one did not come out the way that I wanted it to because I ended up moving my whole composition vertically a bit to fit the giant title. So in the end, you really can't see that circular one very well. And I pull up some of it with some adhesive, but it was the thought that counts. I'm going to matte this photo in pink just because it stands out pretty well. And also it'll give me that square vibe that the other side is giving me with that strong block of color. The journaling card that I chose says your mind is a garden, your thoughts are the seeds, you can grow flowers or you can grow weeds, and I thought that that was perfect for this layout about anxiety. I thought that those were letters. I was very disappointed that the pink die cuts were numbers and not letters. So all I have left for as far as letters in this collection are like greens and blues, which don't really stand out too much or well from the background that I chose, sadly. So I decided to really go bold with this stamped sentiment with a nice teal color. And this stamp set is Cocoa Daisy, but it's super duper old. I thought that it would be nice to have some sort of scripty vibe with all of those block letters. I also interspersed my own handwriting on labels just for some variety. And you can see that on the left, or where I'm putting this ribbon, it was super blank because of the orientation of the photo where I put it on the page. So I'm just gonna wrap the outside edge in this beautiful ribbon that came in the classified memory keeping collection. And I started at the top and I'm going to cut it right here because I'm going to tie it in the middle. So I did it again on this side where I left some some ribbon hanging in the middle so that I could tie a bow. And then I'm going to just use some adhesive and adhere the ribbon to the back of the page so that it's nice and stuck. I used adhesive on the front of the page obviously as well, just so that it didn't move around. And we're getting close to done here. I just need to add in like a couple of more embellishments. I don't need to add too much because again, I chose that really busy background, which helps to sort of kick the layout off on the right foot. So I'm just gonna add in a few more rub-ons of like the some stitching on my photo in the top and the bottom corners, because I thought that that would make it match the other side pretty well. Just cutting it out, trying not to lose that watering can. Goodness knows I have so many plants. I need to keep all of the planty stuff. Then I'm going to add this heart. And I think that's about it. I call it good after this because I think it looks done, don't you? All right, so if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. If you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy Ann Reed. I'd love to see you over there as well. And I will see you next time. All right, thank you.